Hello everyone, welcome to Coding Simplified. So today we are going to discuss about JSON, okay? And in JSON we will be seeing how we can parse a particular JSON in our Java code and how we can create an object out of JSON, okay? So first of all, before moving forward, just let's see what JSON is, okay? So on the Chrome, I have just searched like JSON meaning, okay? I am like, let's say we are new to it, and then how we need to define this one. So JavaScript object notation. So this is the full form of this JSON, okay? JSON is a standard text-based format for representing structured data based on JavaScript object syntax, okay? It is commonly used for transmitting data in web application, okay? So it is a text-based format which is having some keys and values pair. So let's say like as it is talking about like in the web application. So we are having clients and servers. So between those clients and servers, we need to provide an interface in between, okay, to communicate between both of them. So we are having multiple like formats, but JSON is one of the formats, which is the key value pair, and we can use them to send data to server or to send data to client, and then that way we can show some data on the client and get some data on the server. So I'll be explaining it to you, no worries. Now, let me show you how JSON looks like. So if you see, then this is the JSON, and in the in the curly braces, we just enclose this JSON. So let's say we are having a laptop JSON, and in that JSON we are having a key called laptop. Okay, and for this laptop we are having two laptops, laptop one and then laptop two. And in that laptop one, first laptop is Lenovo laptop with a 4 GB RAM and 256 GB SSD, and second laptop is Dell laptop with 8 GB RAM and 512 GB SSD. Okay, so this is my JSON. Now, what we will see how we can convert this particular JSON into Java objects. Okay, so it is very important to learn because whenever you will be working on the real-time applications, then definitely like today, almost all the applications are working with JSON only. XML is a old thing, so right now it is very compatible and like you can use, and it is very very easy to use actually, and most of the applications are using. So it is very important to learn how we can convert this particular JSON into Java objects, and then you can use the Java object in your application, in your code, to work with it. Okay, so let me show you that. So for parsing the JSON, first thing what we will be needing, we will be needing a dependency, actually a library. So we will be using a Maven project, and in that Maven project, we will be including a library dependency, which will be providing us some classes through which we can convert this particular JSON into a Java object. Okay. So first of all, let me create a project for JSON. So I am in this IntelliJ and I am going to create a new project. So this is a new project, and let's create a Maven project. Okay, and let's name is it as JSON. Okay, JSON parser. Then create. Okay, let me open in this window only. We have opened our Maven project in IntelliJ, and just we have just created this JSON parser, and it is having this main class. Okay, and let me close all these things. So this is our pom.xml. Okay. So in this pom.xml, we will be including the dependency. So if you are not aware about Maven, then it's fine. Like you can read about it or let us know in the comment section. We will create some tutorials for this Maven because it is very helpful. Like we can use Gradle also, but for this tutorial, I am using Maven. And in this, we are having this pom.xml. And in this pom.xml, we need to define a dependency. So first of all, let me show you how we can use that dependency and how we can import that dependency actually. So if you go on the Chrome and write JSON org Maven dependency. So okay, it is saying no internet. Okay, so let me type it as org. So JSON org Maven dependency. So there are multiple dependencies out there for JSON, but for this tutorial I'll be using this org JSON because it's a very simple, and I have also used this a lot in my project. So let us go to this Maven repository. We need to get that Maven dependency for this JSON org. Okay, so now I have came into this Maven central repository, and it is JSON for Java. So for now, let me take the latest version only, this one. Let's go there and let's capture this dependency. This is the org.json dependency. Okay, Now let me copy this dependency and add into our project. So in the Maven, you need to add the dependency under the dependencies tag. So let me add this dependency and let me build a Maven. So here, like in the right corner, there is a small M option is coming. Let me click on it so that it will import all those things in our .m2 folder which are required. Okay, so if you see like that, those red errors are gone now. So now let me create a class. So we are having this main class, okay, and this is doing nothing but it is printing a hello world. So we'll be working with this main class only, okay. And first of all, let me get this test file, test JSON into my project so that we can work with it. So it is at my desktop. So let me copy this one, okay. Now copy and let me paste it into my resource folder. So paste it. Okay, we do not need this. One more text, test.text. Okay, so this we are having, like in this we are having our JSON. So what I'll be doing, I'll be reading this text file, okay, and then after reading, I'll be extracting the data from it. Okay, so let me go into my main class. Let me name it differently. Let me name it some JSON parser only. Okay, and let me rename the class. Okay, so it is fine now. Now let me come into this main method. Okay, so for this particular tutorial, let me create a class which contains a name and then RAM and then SSD. Okay, so that we can work with it. So first of all, let me create a laptop class which will be a model actually. Okay, laptop. So this is a class, and in this class, let me create some private variables. Okay, first one is a string, then string name is name, then we need to have how much RAM we are having. Okay, let me create it as a string for now. Then last one is SSD, how much SSD it is having. Okay, and let me create a getters and setters for it. Or I can use Lombok also. So let me use Lombok in this case so that it will provide me the getters and setters and all the things whatever I am needed. So this is not related to Lombok, but I'm using it because it will be easy for us. Lombok is nothing but a dependency which will provide you a functionality to implement in your project so that you do not need to create getters, setters, and constructors like manually. For this Lombok Maven, and then let us have some version. Let us have the latest version for now. Okay. Okay, let me copy this one, add it into our project in the pom.xml only in our dependencies. Let me add a Lombok dependency also and let it get resolved. Okay, so our dependency is here. Let me add some annotations on it. Then let us add data from Lombok and then no arguments constructor and then all our constructor. Okay, so you can read about Lombok, or we will also create a tutorial for this one. It's a very good dependency. It reduces lot of your job actually. So now let's get started. Let's say you are calling some another API and it is returning you some data, okay, and that data you are getting into a string format and you need to convert that particular into object, okay, and Java object, and then you can use it. Okay, so now let us do one thing. We are having this JSON in this file, so let us use this particular JSON and we will be creating object out of it. Okay, so let me do a string, then we are having our JSON, and JSON will be this one. It has included these escape characters because like it will be having quotations, so it will be this string will not be taking it, so that way it is added. And it is a simple JSON which is having a laptop, then we are having two laptops in it, laptop 1, laptop 2, then we are having some properties of it, and we already have created a this object of it. Okay, now we are having this particular JSON. So for for con first first we need to convert this string into a JSON object, okay, so that it will be recognizing it as a JSON. So let me do JSON object, which is coming from the org.json. Okay, so JSON object, then let me name it as JSON object equals to new, and then JSON object which will be containing our JSON, okay, this particular JSON, and this will return you a JSON. Okay, so first of all, let's say we are having this JSON. Now let's say we need this name of first laptop. Okay, so first of all, let us extract this name out of it. Okay, we will not be using this object right now. We will be needing a string, this particular string Lenovo. Okay, so how you can do? So for that, what you need to do, we need to use this JSON object. Okay, then from this JSON object, we need to get the JSON object, one more JSON object. Okay, and what this JSON object will be? Our laptop. Okay, so our JSON object will be laptop, and then from this laptop we need to go one more deep into it. In the laptop we are having the laptop one, okay? Then get another JSON object, sorry, get uh, JSON object, and in this JSON object we need this laptop one, and in this laptop what we need now, get string will be a method. Okay, let's say this will not be a string, so for this we are having some other methods also. Get boolean, let's say it will be true false, then double enum or float or thing. So there are multiple methods, you can use them according to your requirement, but for now we are having this as a string. So let me give it a name here, and then we are, let me take this into a variable, and then it will be name. Okay, now let me print this particular name and show you. Okay, this name, this will be not printf, let me do a println. Now let me run this particular program, and what it should be printed, laptop first name, which is Lenovo. Let me run it. Okay, so if you can see, it has printed Lenovo here. Okay, now our second scenario will be, we need this entire object. Okay, because in our object we are having three variables, name, RAM and SSD. So we need to extract these three things. Okay, so for that let us create a scenario. Now what we will do, so for this we need to map this particular key, which is a JSON. So the value of this key is JSON. So first of all we need to map this particular JSON with our object. Okay, so for that what we can do, we need to create a mapper for it. Okay, and there is a class object mapper. So we will be needing a object mapper. So for that object mapper we need a dependency, which is let me go to Chrome and write Jackson data bind Maven. Okay, so it will be giving us the data bind dependency. So that object mapper class will be coming from this Jackson data bind. Let me go to the latest version, copy this dependency. Okay, go to form.xml, put it. Okay, so it is resolved now. Let me use that object mapper for now, and let me give it as a name mapper. Then it will be new object mapper. Okay, so we will be converting our JSON into a laptop object. So first of all, what we can do, we can do mapper, then dot read values. Okay, so we need to read the values. Okay, read value. So what this will be doing, this will be taking this particular JSON. Okay, we'll be providing this JSON, and then it will be converting it to this particular object. Okay, so how it will be, let me show you. So then we will go for our JSON object. Okay, then in the same way we need to get some JSON object. First of all, let us get a laptop. Then in that laptop, let us get another JSON object, which is laptop one. Okay, and laptop one, then we need to do it as a toString. Okay, some error is coming into this. Cannot resolve method read value string. Okay, it is coming, but it will be resolved. We need to define a class also. So we are getting this particular JSON. So this read value, what it will do? Okay, it needs a string. Okay, and then this string will be okay, accepted. Then this string, it need the content of the JSON, and then this particular content, in what object you need to create it. Okay, let me open it again. Think it is showing some issue. So this is our function. So it will be taking a content and it will be taking a value type to which we need to convert. So we need to convert it as a laptop. Okay, laptop dot class. Okay, fine. Now let me, okay, it is saying something. Add exception. So let me add exception right here. And then let me get this. It will return a object to us. Okay. So let me get this into our laptop one. Okay. Now fine. Now let us print this one. What it is saying. Okay, array. I have mentioned, sorry, I have mentioned a string here. Let me go for a laptop. Then we need to, I think it is a minute, sys out, then our laptop. So let me run this particular program. So first it will be printing the name of laptop one, and then second it will be printing the entire laptop in which we are getting all our data like the name, RAM and SSD. So let it run. Okay, so if you see, then it is printing laptop with the name Lenovo, RAM and SSD. So in this way, you can convert your JSON into a object. So I have just parsed this JSON till laptop one, and I have got this object for which I have created a class which is having these variables. Okay. Now let me show you one more thing. Let's say rather than having this JSON, we are having a JSON array, and you need to get the array of laptops. Okay, so let us discuss this scenario. Let me go to this notepad and let me create one more JSON. Okay, so this laptop one will be, it will be acting as a JSON array. Okay, and in this array, let's say we are having two laptops. First one is Lenovo first laptop. Okay, and then let me create one more laptop. Okay, so then Lenovo 2 laptop. Okay, Lenovo 2, which will be having some 16 GB RAM, let's say, and it will be having 1024 GB of SSD. Fine. Now let me copy this one right there. Okay, now okay, for this let me create a one more string JSON2, and in this JSON2 let me put this JSON. Okay, now for this what I'm saying, we are having this JSON array. Okay, and in this JSON array we are having two JSONs. First one is Lenovo 1 and then second one is Lenovo 2 with some values. Now we need to get this list of laptop because we are having a laptop class which is having three variables, name, RAM and SSD, and we are having two Lenovos now. Now let us work with it. So how you can work with it is like you again need to go to a mapper, okay? Then you need to read values, and in this read value you need to go again to our JSON object, and for this JSON object we need to first go and get the so 1 minute, get JSON object. And what JSON object first you need to get? First you need to get a laptop, okay? And from this laptop we need to get a JSON, not a JSON object, we need to get a JSON array. Okay, so in this JSON array, let me put this laptop one. Okay, so if you see, then for this JSON object, we are having multiple methods. So you can go ahead and use these all the methods because, like as I've told, I have got this string, so you can get any type of value. And now we are working with JSON array. Earlier we worked with the JSON object. Okay, so it will be giving us a array. Now, what we need to do, we need to convert this particular array to a string. Okay, now we need to define to which type of object we need. So we need to define a list because we need a list of laptops. Okay, so for that we need to do a couple of things. So mapper dot get type factory. Okay, in this type factory we need to construct a collection. Okay, construct collection type. Okay, and in this collection type, we need to provide that we need which collection type first. It needs a list and then list of laptops. Okay, list of laptop. Then let me add a semicolon here. So it will provide us a list of laptop. Now let me get it into a object. So we are having a list of laptop. Okay, so let me give it a list which will be of type laptop. Let me give it a type name as laptops, then object mapper. Then now let me print the same. Okay, sys out, then print our laptops. Let me run it. Okay, it is giving some error. JSON object laptop 1 is not a JSON array. Why it is saying it's not a JSON array? Let me see. I am using a same JSON object, so that way it is creating a issue. Like I have created a JSON too, but I did not give attention that it is using a same JSON object of this one. So it is giving us a error. So this is the perfect error. Like JSON object laptop one is not a JSON array. So in this first JSON, it is not a JSON array. Okay. So then now let me do one thing. Let me create a JSON again and then name it as JSON object 2, and let me use this JSON object 2 now. Okay, then let's run it now. Let's see if it will print this list or not. Okay, so if you see, then we are getting first Lenovo, which is our name. Then second scenario is we are getting an entire laptop. Then third scenario is we are getting a list of laptop. Like first laptop is Lenovo 1, then second laptop is Lenovo 2. So these are actually three things which we can do, and there are like lot of scenarios you can cover with this particular dependency, so that it will be very easy for you to read the JSON into objects. Okay, so yeah guys, that's it for this particular tutorial. If you will be having any questions related to this JSON parser, then you can ping us into comments. And yeah, so for now, thank you. Bye bye.